1 minus 1 over sine squared of theta. What do you think? How would you like to approach it?
Change 1 over sine squared of theta.
To? Sure, we can do that. Okay. By the way, there's more than one way to state that. Don't say that. Just an expression. So with that, how you get there, I don't care as long as it's algebraic and it corrects. But we should all end up in the same answer. So when I said previously, you need to be able to identify it. This is what I'm talking about. If only we had an identity that dealt with the number 1 and a cosecant squared. Thoughts? Feelings? The whole thing.
Oh.
Almost. Yeah. So let's manipulate this to actually get 1 minus cosecant squared. So what would you do to this algebraic to get 1 minus cosecant squared on one side? Yeah. You'd have to bring this over by subtraction. It's bad of me not to put theta there, I apologize. So there'll be 0 left over. So now what do we do to get the 1 minus cosecant squared by itself? By what operation? Rhymes with subtraction. Subtraction. So 1 minus cosecant squared of theta equals negative cotangent squared theta. There it is. So again, I'm giving you that whole list in the back of the book. You need to be able to identify it. In this case, we have an identity that has a 1 and a cosecant squared. What are the Pythagorean identities? So we had to manipulate that Pythagorean identity, which we had in green there. And then we were able to get our answer. How about D? What are we thinking? Cosine cube? Yeah, we can go everything to sine and cosine. It'd be a little bit more work though. Sure. But let me point this out. Notice we have 2 terms in the numerator, and they both have 1. And so what algebraic device can you use if you want to pull that out? Factor. Let's factor out a tangent of theta. If I factor out a tangent of theta, I'm left with what? Okay, so that's the numerator. In the denominator, we have the cotangent of negative theta. What type of function is cotangent? Odd. So how could I rewrite the cotangent of negative theta? Negative cotangent of theta. And we're done. Oh, no, we're not. We're far. You're wrong. All right, are your math spider senses tingling?
Yes.
They should be, because we have an identity that relates tangent squared and secant squared. What is that identity? We're going to need to. One plus tangent squared equals secant squared. So how would we rewrite this identity to get tangent squared minus secant squared on one side and whatever on the other side? So if you would, please do that.
I think that possibly that second squared theta squared theta equals negative.
Very good. Bring the secant squared to the left and the one to the right, both by subtraction. That stuff in parentheses right there is the same thing as -1. Questions on the -1? So what's our numerator now? Negative tangent theta over negative cotangent theta. What happens to the negatives? They cancel. Now we could go all the way to sine and cosine, but tangent and cotangent are related. What's the relationship between tangent and cotangent? Yeah. So tangent theta is 1 over tangent of theta. I don't like using diagonal slashes here, but I'm learning how to do it. Well, just like before, we're dividing by a fraction, so lift and divided by 1 is not going to do anything. What's our final answer? Tangent squared theta. So the tricks of the trade, and these will all be summarized in a couple seconds. Try to make one fraction, make a common denominator. You might have to factor some stuff out, like we did. And the other big trick of the trade is manipulation of known identities. There may be certain homework problems where we might have to use the fact that this original fraction equals tangent squared theta. And now by proving it to be true technically, you can use it to put future stuff. So this chapter keeps building and building with more and more identities. Like that scene in Harry Potter where they kept touching things, they kept multiplying those things that they touched. Now, finding Horcruxes, they won. And the Harry Potter was like books. England, have you heard of England? 2 people.